Coming to you from the great state of Wisconsin, this is a CS27 Studios production. You're listening to the Binary Brothers Podcast featuring Ryan and Clay. It's time now to open your ears and prepare your mind, because life's too short to be constrained in black and white. So without further ado, here are your hosts, Ryan and Clay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Binary Brothers Podcast, episode 34-ish. That's what we think it is. Yeah. It's been
the lost episodes.
Yeah. It's been a weird time. Memories going. Anyhow, I am, well, you should know by now, one of your hosts, Clay, and with me, as always, as you should know by now, is Ryan. Ryan, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing. I'm living. I'm trucking. I'm going.
You going?
I would say that I'm living a dream every single day, but that's just not realistic at this point.
I know, right?
Yeah. But I guess it could be worse.
Oh, definitely.
Could be worse.
Definitely could be worse. Now, I think we have a little bit of a surprise here. Because this is, well, our first working episode with video.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the old Discord video conferencing fancy stuff. It's work, but outside of work.
Yeah. Work, but not work. It's, I mean, I was serious about the lost episodes. We had a lost episode. I think it was like 20... It was 20-something.
Yeah. It was a really good one, too.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, it really is too bad. Really, I mean, the only reason we had to cut it is because the audio was just so bad.
Yeah. Just couldn't pick it up.
There's just so much noise.
Lessons learned.
Yeah. It was a pretty terrible camera that I was using anyhow. But
I think we all think the video was a good idea.
Oh, the video was a great idea.
It could have been done better.
Yeah, I mean, you live and you learn, right? So, yeah, for those of you watching on video, this is what we look like.
This is us.
This is us.
Sorry about my terrible camera angle. Del made some design decisions at a point.
Just gonna... You gotta make sure the camera is below you so you can really catch that double chin.
Yeah, really get under there. I did trim my beard up at some point.
You've trimmed everything up. I'm actually super impressed with your quarantine style going on right now.
Yeah, and I actually made an effort to try and keep it a little bit straight. So, I don't know.
It's more an effort than I've put in, that's for sure.
I mean, I was really letting it go at some point.
I was kind of curious. There were times I thought, I wonder how big his fro was getting.
I wanted to get rid of it.
Really?
Wanted to. Yeah, at some point I got tired of it. It's like,
well,
I gotta get up and I gotta take care of it every day. It's not as simple as just getting up and doing nothing, which is what I do now.
I know. I had a moment of questioning whether or not I wanted to just basically did what you did and just chop it all off. Not the beard, obviously, but...
Never the beard.
Because the hair is pretty long right now. Unless you count my bald spot. Then it's not long at all.
It's not... Then, if you count all the hair, your hair mass in general.
Right.
It's not the longest.
No.
I mean, you could go get a haircut now.
I'm not going out there, man.
No.
I'm sticking with my necessary, food runs, and that's it.
Right.
for a little bit still.
Yeah, there's I'm not going to be part of the first wave.
No. I'll let others kind of be first to market with all that stuff. See how the market reacts, and by market I mean just health.
The health, everyone.
The health of every society.
The healthcare market in general.
I'll let them, gather the first wave of data, and then I'll react off that data.
Right. I mean, why not let other people do the hard work?
Right. You got to work smarter, not harder.
For sure.
That's what we're all about here, Binary Brothers Podcast.
That's one of our unofficial mottos. We have several.
Yes. But one of our other mottos is that you gotta make sure you stretch before you get into it. You can't just go full in. Like, I hope people who are going out now that the stay-at-home order has been lifted, at least in our state, I hope they're stretching before they're going out. But I can guarantee you, the people who went to the bars an hour after, I don't think they stretched.
No.
And if they did stretch, definitely not enough.
There's no way they stretched. And if they did stretch, of course, nowhere near enough. They were not ready.
They maybe did some arm circles, but they didn't do it properly, you know?
They didn't do everything that they should have done.
You know, forward, backwards, and then one time more forwards.
One time forward again, because, of course, that is the only proper way to do arm circles.
I highly doubt they did the final forward motion.
No, they're probably all hyped up. They're like, let's get out here. We did them forwards. We did them backwards. That's enough.
Yeah. Cutting corners leads to injuries. Can't have that.
Can't have it.
Not in a healthy society.
If we ever want to get back to normal, you better be stretching.
Better be. All right, so let's stretch here. Let's talk about what kind of music has been getting you through this quarantine period, at least since the last time we talked about this quarantine period. How long has it been?
Oh man, it feels like forever. I think April. Yep, beginning of April. So
yeah.
it's been over a month.
Oh, it's been like a month and a half at least. Late March.
Yeah.
Early March, mid-March.
What? Our last episode?
No. I'm talking about the quarantine. I don't even remember when our last episode was. It had to have been April. We did one in April.
Yeah, it was April 2nd.
Yeah.
Quarantine is like March.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, how long has it been?
Well,
since everything, Ryan, everything.
There were about 60 days in March this year, which was good.
Right, yeah.
And then April just flew right by.
That's true, it did. Like, all of a sudden, like, it's May. Like, the M months, they have to be, like, conspiring or something.
Right. Let's make these people really feel it.
Yeah. Music.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's been a while. It's hard for me to pick out, like, anything that I've been listening to, like, in particular. Like, Drake came out with a new, like, Lucy mixtape, just full of just random stuff that was unreleased. That was all right. I mean, when he puts together, like, an album of, like, just random songs, he actually, like, it's a solid compilation. But, actually, a rapper. I got a little excited because I just saw it on my list. A rapper that I used to listen to back in like high school, probably like senior year or something. This rapper XV, he's from Kansas, and he hasn't come out with stuff in a long time.
Okay.
And he came out with like 2 back-to-back EPs, like 2 weeks in a row, which was solid. So that was exciting.
So he just all of a sudden it's like, this quarantine's going on. I got time now. I'm going to release some new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely had to have been. I think I mentioned that in like one of our early quarantine episodes, which might only have been one quarantine. We only did one quarantine episode, did we?
Yeah. I think the one before
wasn't quite in quarantine yet.
Yeah, we weren't living the quarantine life yet.
It was about coronavirus.
Yeah.
I think in our last episode, our quarantine life episode, I did mention how, like, we might see kind of a renaissance period of art or new stuff come out because of the time people are going to have on their hands.
Right.
I think this is an example of that.
Right. It's like, oh yeah, I've got all this stuff. I've got nothing else to do. I'm gonna finalize this and get this out.
Yeah.
Oh, and there have been just very explicit, like, this is about quarantine or about coronavirus.
Right.
Like rap music songs. Like someone came out with the song Quarantine Clean. I was just listening to Future came out with a new album last night, and he made a couple references. So it's a thing. Copper.
How is Copper doing?
Oh man, he's living.
He's living.
So now after everything. I don't know
what happened. We had to postpone this episode because of Copper.
Yeah, he's just been like sick in one way or another since February, basically.
Like the COVID?
Like, no,
dogs?
I almost wish that he had dog COVID because I feel like he would probably, it would be better. I have no idea.
I don't think I've ever heard a dog cough.
You know what? No, I have. Well, I don't know. Do you count like?
I don't count gigs. I don't count gigs.
Because when we had our foster dog, he was like, they're playing all the time, and he got like the other dog's fur in his mouth, and he kind of had like semi hairball situation, potentially. Like that. So like, I don't know if you count that as a cough, but I guess I wouldn't want that very often.
It's not a pleasing noise.
If I had to choose it, I guess no. But also, he's been a mess. Basically, like, he had Lyme's, and the like medication he got on messed up his liver.
Ooh.
So, like, I don't know. It's been a whole thing. Spent a couple days in the hospital. And now he's back. But
back living his best life now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We still have a road ahead of us.
Okay.
And we have not even gotten back like all the test results for stuff yet. But he's happier. He's eating. He's like drinking water and stuff, like, which is a vast improvement. He's not like throwing up like he was before. He was an entire mess, my friend. So I am glad for that. He's got a little patch on his leg that they shaved just completely clean all the way around because they had to give him an IV or whatever. And it's just the funniest thing when you see him walk by because he's got just like one like I'm a gangster cuff on one of his legs.
Don't let him outside then. Might incite some of the other dogs with that.
Yeah, we don't want to end up in the wrong hood with his leg looking like that.
Wrong dog hood.
What about you, man? What's been in rotation for you?
Oh man, I just everything, everything to keep me in good spirits, probably. Yeah. I have a couple playlists made. Like I have literally a playlist called Feel Good. So that's been heavy rotation. Had my road trip playlist going. Just, so I could pretend that I'm like not at home.
Just dreaming.
Just dreaming. I'm out somewhere else on the road.
I used to play this back when we were allowed outside.
Back in my day. So yeah, like nothing new. Like every single artist that I'm excited or that have announced new stuff for, like their new stuff is like later this year. Yeah. They're like, nah, we're not going to take, advantage of this quarantine period and release something now. I mean, they're doing, there's a lot of bands actually that are doing like at home, like concerts or whatever.
Yeah, doing at home concerts. I know like 21 Pilots came out with like a new song and like a video that was just like they recorded it in each of their homes.
Yeah. Yeah, so like one of the bands that I've been pretty happy like watching their at home performances. They're not really new songs, but Goldfinger is released, or not released, but like done like a released videos of them performing some of their old songs, like Superman and 99 Red Balloons and stuff like that. And speaking of Superman, freaking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yo, right? I was so excited to hear that. Like, even if all they did was upgrade the graphics to 4K, like, great, fantastic, I love it. If it's the classic that I like and loved, I'm down.
Yeah, it's they're remastering those two games. It's going to be a collection with both those games, and it's the original soundtracks too.
Most of it, I guess, they couldn't get all of it, but one thing that I was super excited about, I just couldn't. There's one song from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater that just like stuck in my mind all these years forever, and it's "When Worlds Collide."
Oh yeah.
God, I am not finding the artist. Power Man 5000.
Yeah, Power Man 5000. Yeah.
Oh man, for some reason, like that song is just burned into my head and 100% associated with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and like it was probably one of the first songs like that I probably listened to, and I was just like, oh yeah, I am into this.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've listened to that song.
I had to listen to it in its entirety the other day when they announced.
I saw there's a video of Jack Black playing it with Tony Hawk.
Really?
Yeah. Jack Black has his own YouTube channel called Jablinski Games or whatever, and so their latest episode was them playing it.
That's awesome.
And also Jack Black like in a skate park, trying to skateboard,
trying to do anything.
Yeah, and Tony Hawk just looking at him like, okay.
Jack Black is quite literally a character.
He sure is. But they're playing the game, and all the levels are the same levels, same everything. It's just updated graphics or whatever. So it's basically the exact same game, just remastered.
What's the release date on that?
I don't know.
Don't mind my keyboard.
I didn't look too far.
September. September 4th.
I thought it was going to be September.
Yeah. A lot of things happen in September. I just did a pre-order for the new Run the Jewels album.
Yeah, I saw your post of
oh man,
the packaging.
So fire. And that thing, I don't think it included the hoodie. I got the bundle.
A hoodie?
With the hoodie. Yeah, I got the bundle with the hoodie, and I was like, this is worth it, whatever. But it's not. The album's coming out on June 5th, but none of that stuff's shipping until September.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Which is always the case for like vinyl pre-orders. Normally, like I pre-ordered a copy of The Weeknd's After Hours, and that I don't even know when they said it was going to start shipping, but it's like forever.
Yeah, I mean September is like the fall time is kind of the time to release things to get them out for that, holiday rush, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of why I think things kind of come out around September. Kind of get it ready, get it out there, get the marketing driving for it for like Black Friday,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any data behind that. That's what I feel.
You know what? I don't think in this day and age you need concrete data for anything.
Data doesn't care.
Data doesn't matter.
No.
I mean, everyone's collecting it from you,
and
then no one's actually using it to do anything you really care about.
Well, nothing that you care about.
Just make whatever claims you want. You know what? Bill Gates is trying to kill everybody for sure. 100%.
My feelings don't care about your facts, Ryan.
100%. Like I don't. It's fine. Whatever you want, and that's freedom of speech. Everyone can believe and say whatever they want. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sucks when it's like dangerous to people, but like I don't know. It's the way it is.
Yeah. So, Yeah, I mean, yeah, so for me, like, a lot of artists are coming out with new albums and stuff in the fall. I mean, some have trickled out with some new songs, but, like, for me, I don't know. Like, one new song isn't a whole lot.
Nah,
For me
especially
to
when it's
really
like,
notice, you know?
yeah, especially when it's just like something random. Like,
Yeah.
like you said, because of people's time that they have, they're just putting something together, and even if they've been thinking about it for a while or like tooling around with it for a minute, it's like this is just some one-off that you're doing. Like, it's a true like single.
Yeah, like, and I'm not really big into singles. Like it, like if it's not part of like an upcoming album, it just kind of seems, I don't know. It doesn't get the same attention for me, I guess.
I don't know, man. Like, sometimes I feel the exact opposite way. Like, there are some times when a single comes out and it either comes out so early, or like sometimes it feels like they just put that song
Right.
on an album to put it on the album to help, like,
Oh,
sell
probably.
it.
Yeah.
Remember back,
there's
like, I
that
don't know
too.
if they still do that when they sell CDs, but like they always have like the stickers on the front. And it's like, oh, includes this song and this song.
Oh yeah,
And
I remember that.
It's always, and I feel like that's it's like a marketing thing, right? You come out with the single and then you throw it on the album, even if it maybe doesn't make it a cohesive album. And
Yeah,
you're like,
for sure. Absolutely. They, you know, publishers always want, you know, a couple songs to be able to sell, right, on the radio and everything. But, like, I mean, that happened a lot back in the day when people actually bought CDs. I feel like people buy, like, vinyl more than they buy CDs nowadays.
Yeah, it
had
like a big comeback for sure.
So, like, CD packaging I don't think people consume that as much anymore.
No.
So, like, that kind of marketing where you see, you know, you're in the record store and you see it and it says, you know, with this hot single or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that relevant anymore, because if you're not buying vinyl, I feel like you're essentially just using Spotify or Google Music or whatever.
Yeah, like, there can't be. I just don't envision there being like a big market for CDs anymore.
That's what I mean.
Like, no one really wants them, and like, vinyls is something you do because like you want to be like a collector or have something special, or like
vinyl is more.
Like,
vinyl is more of kind of stood the test of time to an extent, because there's something about vinyl that's different than just say a digital version, where CD it is a digital version, because vinyl is actually, like, you know, grooves and everything on a physical disc.
It's pressed into lacquer. Like,
not saying CDs aren't that, but CDs are also laser read rather than actually having a physical spool or whatever to get the vibrations and everything. And there's that hint of kind of realism that you get from vinyl, you know, some effects that you don't get with CDs or any digital, you know, recording.
Yeah, that's like one of the things, like, even though right now, like, I don't have I moved my record player up into the living room. Like, we rearranged our living room.
Oh, you're fancy now.
Yeah, we rearranged our living room, and we got like a stand, and Catherine was like, I bought this stand, put all your vinyls in there and put your record player on there. So now I don't have, my record player is not connected to like an even halfway decent set of speakers as of right now. I still need to get that like sorted out. But like, even so, like you said, it's kind of like an experience or like a thing. And there's something about playing vinyl that is different. And even on like the speakers that I do have, I'm like, I'll listen to a vinyl.
Yeah. I mean, if you just think about history and why vinyl kind of, you know, wasn't around anymore or was used less, what was it because? Because people wanted music to be more portable, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where cassettes came in, and then you had CDs that came in. CDs could hold more songs. Then you had MP3 players that came in to kind of replace CDs a little bit. And then streaming services. And then finally vinyls kind of came back. Because nothing really ever replaced vinyls. You know, there wasn't a medium that came out as like, this is vinyl, you know, but better.
Right. Because like vinyl, like you said, vinyl is vinyl, and then like it was all about portability and convenience, and then like it's portability and then like quality, because then like going digital at some point gave you a better quality than like a CD could give you, and it's like it's just gone all that way, and vinyl has, like you said, stood the test of time because it is, and nothing truly replaced it. It wasn't. Nothing really was meant to replace it.
No, vinyl was just basically like Batman, just silently waiting in the background.
He's like, cool, I'm here.
The vinyl's your Black Knight. Just is the hero we need but don't deserve. But yeah, so nothing replaced vinyl. Vinyl kind of just like went away for a little bit, and then people were like, I mean, we don't need it to be, I mean, music's already like the most portable it could be, but now I have, you know, my home setup that I like blasting music on or whatever. Why not vinyl, make vinyl make a comeback.
Right.
And not only that, but then you get sweet like physical copies of vinyls, and you get that art that's associated with it again. And once again, with vinyl, that's different than CDs, is you got a lot more real estate on vinyls for that stuff. It's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Hey, it's free real estate.
Yeah. You got all that space.
Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite things about buying vinyls is like getting the cool stuff with it. Like I bought a vinyl copy of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy from Kanye, and it was like the deluxe edition or whatever, so it came with like extra inserts, and they're like, again, they're vinyl, so they're like huge. Like there's big things, and you get like the booklets with it and everything, and a lot of the ones that I try to get are like special edition ones where, for instance, I got like The Weeknd's Kissland, and I got it on like a semi-transparent green vinyl.
Ooh.
And I got Starboy on like it's like a red or pinkish vinyl, and then with After Hours I got one of his like blood splattered design ones, because they had just like a plain black one, but like I want the cool one.
Right. Yeah, and that's like, the thing too. Technology has changed as well for being able to create like that stuff, like the vinyl discs themselves.
Right.
Because, in the old days it was just black, right? And then, the little inner circle had, maybe some art or something.
Yeah, you got like a piece of paper that you could like stick to the middle, and like you're good to go. But now it's like there are so many things you can do with the advancements and like the tooling for everything they have to make that.
Technology is just so cool.
So neat.
How neat is that?
What'll happen next? Who knows?
Oh. The world is our oyster, that's for sure. So, what are we looking forward to?
Oh, man.
That's to finish up our stretching here. Like, what could we possibly be looking forward to? I mean, I guess I am kind of looking forward to things sort of kind of getting back to normal-ish. Although I don't know how far away we are from that. Yeah.
It's, like, tough. It's tough to say. Like, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, right, is, like, things getting back to normal. But I don't know, like, we don't know how far off that is. And it's, like... Yeah, like I miss the friends that I would hang out with, and like I don't necessarily miss going into the office to work. Like that's not like a thing that I'm like, oh yeah, I really wish I could be in the office. But every once in a while, it's more convenient to be near the people that you're working with.
Yeah,
and there's that sense of camaraderie and all that stuff. But I don't know, like honestly, like getting back to normal, like I would be, I don't know, at least I think a month. It'd be a month into like football practice normally.
Yeah.
By now,
how's that? Like, what's the news on that?
There's just none.
Probably
There's
not
just
going to
no
have a
news.
season.
That's
would be my guess.
I would think so, but I don't know. We're basically just told at this point, like, do what you can to stay in shape and see where we're gonna land. They're actually one exciting thing I guess I can say I'm definitely looking forward to is historic Horlick Field in Racine is getting turf.
Oh yeah.
So like I personally am a fan of turf. So like we played on turf in college.
Yeah.
And I liked practicing on turf when we could.
Yeah, turf is nice. I still would choose like really well manicured grass.
Definitely
Over turf, but like there's not a whole lot of places that have that, right? So
that's the problem is like finding a good grass field.
Yeah.
Like Horlick Field was cool and still will be cool because of like its aesthetic in general. Like you come up to the place and it's this stone stadium, and like it's still going to be cool in that way and still going to be historic. But to be honest, with I think like 3 or 4 of the high schools in Racine playing on that field, and with us playing on it in the summer, mostly it didn't get too torn up, but once the high school started playing on it, that middle strip was basically just gone.
Yeah.
And, it had a pretty good crown on it. So it's like, people are like, oh, turf, like people get more injured on turf and all this and stuff. And it's like, I'm just looking more forward to like real consistency when it comes to a field. And if we can practice on it, that would be supreme, because I'm not trying to bust an ankle on the practice field we're on half the time.
You guys didn't practice on it before, did you?
No, because we couldn't. Like
right.
the city would be upset because if we put that much wear on it, like we practice at a field next to an elementary school or a middle school down the street, and that was not a very well maintained field.
Yeah.
So if we do get the chance, we would go down and practice at Bradford sometimes too, which would be nice because they have turf down there. But so yeah, I'm excited to have that in, and whenever that time does eventually come to be able to play on that field in its new state.
Yeah, it's and you play teams from a couple different states, so like it's all not you're all dependent on not just here in Wisconsin and county and state orders here, but also you could play just teams here in the state, I guess.
We're in the Northern Conference. It's basically like a Wisconsin-Illinois league. So like we're in the Northern Conference, but our preseason games are typically against people from like wherever.
Yeah, well, and Racine is like right by the border or near the border.
Right.
It's not that far away.
Yeah.
Like it's 15-minute drive to the border essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, like you said, like it all depends on everything, because like if the whole southern half of our league isn't allowed to play, like to practice and play, then what really is it?
Then the Northern Conference champions are the league champions.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
Maybe we can go back to back again, having just played the Northern Conference.
B2B. Yeah. How is the team looking this year?
It's tough to say, to be honest.
Well, I guess. Well, did you guys have tryouts at all? Or was it?
Yeah, we had tryouts, but like it was right, I think, before.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was you were supposed to have tryouts and like the whole stay-at-home order kind of put in like right before it, or if you had it before that.
I think it was like right after, maybe. I can't remember. It feels like so long.
I know, and that's really why I'm asking, because I feel like we've talked about this before.
Yeah. It's like we had tryouts, and I was looking forward to the season. Yeah. I was excited, and then shut her down.
But I'm forgetting so many things nowadays. Because every day just like bleeds into the next.
Dude, these days are just burning. Like you turn around and it's like, oh yeah, it's the weekend again.
Yeah.
And when you can't really go do stuff on the weekends, or you don't have plans, it's like, my God, even the weekend just flies by, even though all you've done is watch every single Fast and Furious movie.
Thankfully I haven't dropped down to those levels yet.
Oh, we did like the second weekend. I think we explicitly, we had been kind of planning this for a while. We've mentioned on this show before how I have this obsession with getting anthologies of movies. Yeah, that's true. And then it inevitably happens that every single time I get one, they come out with a new movie. So, but we watched every single Fast and Furious movie. I think we started on like a Friday, and we went through a bunch of them on Friday.
Yeah.
And then we only watched like 2 a piece, I think, maybe on like Saturday and Sunday. But we got through all of them.
I mean, 2 a piece in a day for me is enough when talking about Fast and Furious.
It's funny to see like that franchise, what they did just in general. Like they went from like, straight up street racing.
Yeah.
To like, we're spies now.
And that's like, I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch a Fast and Furious after Fast and Furious, or Too Fast, Too Furious.
Really?
That was the last one I watched.
No,
that was a long time ago.
4 is where it took the hard turn into like, they got like a new director / writer, and he basically was like, yeah, we're making this into like an action / like, I wouldn't necessarily say
it always had action.
It had action, but like it focused less on like street racing.
Yeah.
And there were still cars involved and everything, and like there still was all the testosterone you would want.
I mean, how much street racing can you really do?
Yeah, like how often can you really get away with that? Like how long could you really keep a franchise alive that was just straight up street racing? Because you can say that about like other franchises, right? Where like, if there are a bunch of movies in a series, and it's like, oh, it's the exact same thing every time.
Yeah.
He goes to a foreign country, he fights some people, he saves a person, and then they come home.
It's like the Taken franchise.
Right. Like, how many times can someone be taken before like you're like, I'm over it? Like,
like how many times does he have to beat these people up so that they learn not to take their family members?
Like, there should be a list that the bad guys can look at, and they say, don't take anyone that is related to this person.
That guy is way too much trouble.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
Like, he doesn't do this for a job. He's only doing this when he's personally affected. So, like, if we don't mess with him, he's not going to mess with us because he doesn't care about us.
He doesn't care.
No.
Not even one bit.
I mean...
Have you seen all the Taken movies?
I saw the first one.
Okay.
And that was the only one I needed to see. It was good.
I think yeah.
But, like, the other ones are the same plot.
Someone did some joke, some internet skit where it was like Taken 37, and he's like an ancient man. And they like took his dog or something.
Oh, so it went with like John Wick. Basically, It was Taken 37 featuring John Wick.
Yes.
I mean, John Wick's the same thing, though, right? It's the same plot. His dog just keeps getting taken.
Right. Like his dog keeps getting taken, or someone messes with his car. Like and then he goes on a rampage.
Rampage! But I feel like John Wick is a little bit different.
I've enjoyed all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same plot.
Yeah.
Like, there are some movies, I guess, that you can have the same plot. But, all right, let's do it. I'm ready for another round. Right? Let's go round 5 here.
Let's go. This. Like, all right, who or what did they mess with this time?
Next, and
he is just gonna kick ass. I love like from movies like that where they so it always ends up on like Reddit somewhere where like they show their training video.
Oh yeah,
where, like, they're at like a firing range and it's like Keanu Reeves like really actually knows how to handle a weapon.
I mean, by now you think he would.
Yeah.
With all his martial arts training and Matrix movies and John Wick movies and.
Are they doing John Wick 4? I know they're doing Matrix 4.
Oh, they're doing Matrix 4. And there's something that came out. Like, he had to... One of his movies... Oh, Bill and Ted had to get postponed because he was doing Matrix 4 stuff.
Yeah, so John Wick 4 is slated for 2022. But yeah, it was like he was going to be in 2 movies, so he had to delay one.
Yeah. And he's in Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
When's that coming out? September?
I think September. They
naturally.
Yeah, they just released like pre-orders for Funko Pops.
Ooh.
For some of the characters from it. And they have his like Johnny Silverhand crouching one, and I was like, maybe. I got a bobblehead. My bobblehead Baby Yoda finally came in.
I've been meaning to get that. I just haven't. Well, every time I go to like buy it, it's always like it's coming out in like a month. I'm like, I don't really care to buy it now. Then I'll just wait a month. Like every month I check back, it's the same thing. I'm like,
yeah, next month.
I'll get it next month. It's all right.
I'll catch them next time around. It'll be fine.
So one of these days I'll get myself one of the Baby Yodas.
Clay's 70, retired.
Baby Yoda's coming out next month.
I really wanted this one.
I wanted it. I got it next time. Yeah.
Speaking of Cyberpunk, I'm probably going to get that on Stadia.
Dude, why?
Just cuz. Like, so I actually like I'm already bought in. So like I'm here and I got the stuff. So at this point I bought Red Dead and I like being able to have the controller and be like play it on the TV, and then if Catherine wants to watch something, go play it on my computer or do whatever. Like, and as soon as they get wireless controller support working for a phone, I might do that. Although my phone is a giant heap of garbage right now, so
how's the latency with that?
So it's actually like that was one thing that my buddy noticed, and on like Tomb Raider, and I hadn't really noticed it, but I was like, okay, sure. Once you pointed it out, I couldn't unnotice it.
Yeah,
but that was because I was using a controller Bluetooth to my laptop, and I feel like that's part of the problem. Like their whole shtick, right? Like their whole idea is that you have the Stadia controller and it connects via Wi-Fi to their servers, and you send the input there. And like I've actually noticed that the input lag is much better / like gone on computer when I use the Stadia controller now that they have wireless Stadia controller support. So like it's solid.
It's solid.
It's like good enough. I don't know. It's just like I don't feel like I want to buy it for like PS4.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I like the idea of being untethered from like one particular screen or like one place.
Sure. Well, and that was kind of the cool thing about like what was it, the Steam Link? It was kind of the same thing ish. Steam Link was kind of had some latency issues though. I didn't have it. I had a buddy that had it, but for me, it's tough to get into Stadia because of the idea that like the game is not like in your possession. It's not on your computer.
Are you like a big, I guess.
Like,
so that's the thing about like
it's on Google's, it's on Stadia's like servers, and you just hook into it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like it, and that, I mean, that is one of the advantages, though. Is like
it is.
I bought a game and now I'm playing it. Like that's it. No download. Like I just got Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC because it's free.
Oh yeah, because
like next week. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I got the thing and installed the whatever, and it's 100 gig download.
It's such a good game, though.
Well, and I love it, and that's why I got I took the time to get it. But like, isn't it true that like basically anything that you own a digital copy of, you technically could have taken away from you?
Yeah, technically, but if their servers just go down, you can't play. You can't play.
Oh, true.
That's more or less what I'm saying. Like the whole ownership over digital media that's beyond.
You've come to terms with?
Well, no, I haven't come to terms with it, but like it's beyond what I really care to discuss. Because it's dumb. The whole thing is dumb. Like it's just a part of like that's not unique to Stadia, right? That's everything we freaking,
any digital media.
Yeah. Even I think even like your CD or DVDs are like.
Your Blu-rays.
Yeah.
You could buy a Blu-ray and your Blu-ray could stop working. Like, if y'all don't know that, like, that's a legit thing. Like, you could buy a Blu-ray and your Blu-ray player, if it's connected to the internet and whatever else, like, it could just be like, nope, you can't watch Django Unchained anymore because somebody said so.
That's why I don't hook up, like, my Xbox is hooked up to the internet. And I guess I use that as a Blu-ray player, but like my TV, I don't hook that up. I don't care about any smart features about a TV because I have my Xbox. Like that's my smart.
Yeah.
Like I don't need smart stuff on my TV. First of all, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV to begin with. The only time I'm watching TV is if there's like a live sporting event or I'm Chromecasting or my Xbox. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't watch like TV shows like network TV. I don't watch The Bachelorette or The Bachelor or whatever hot.
Man. There's a new
show. There's
Bachelor. There's like another Bachelor spinoff. I forgot what it's called.
What could it possibly be called?
What's it?
They have Bachelorette. They have Bachelor.
Don't do that. It's called Listen to Your Heart.
What?
She just said, and it's another Bachelor spinoff where like. They get together and like you pair off with somebody and you become like a singing duo and whatever. And she's told me that and I'm like, can they just be done? Like the only Bachelor that I'm like even willing to tolerate as like just in general is Bachelor in Paradise. And that was for one season because like it doesn't pretend to be anything except for stupid drama. Like I liked Jersey Shore because it was dumb. And it was like, great, this is it. This is what you get, and I know what I'm getting. But, like, yes. I don't care to watch live TV.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the big thing. Like, live TV, other than sports, is, like, it doesn't have to be live.
Yeah. It's like, and at the same, like, I'm paying for 4 or 5 streaming services or whatever the hell, and like I get everything that I want from all of that, and I don't need to see a show as it airs on TV, especially if I have to sit through commercials.
Oh, that's like, and that's a big thing.
It's just not
for me.
It's just not happening.
Yeah, that's no like like there's so many other things that demand our attention in life. Like there's so many other things that can demand our attention nowadays.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much content out there. There's so much like just being connected to the world. So like to not be able to like pick and choose how to spend your time like doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because to be able to take in, if you want to take in that content, you want to take in these things, you want to fill your mind with junk or whatever, that's your choice at least, right?
Yeah.
We can do it whenever we want. So if there's junk that I want, but it requires me to forego some other junk that I want, sorry, but it's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying though with like Stadia and streaming. And you're like, if it goes down, it's down, right? It's like when HBO premieres a show and it won't load because their servers are overloaded.
Yeah.
Like I would honestly hate like if all I wanted to do would be to sit down, because it already bothers me enough when it happens with any streaming service for like just video. If I sat down and I'm all like, all right, I'm gonna play Red Dead, and I can't because the servers are like shot or whatever. And even beyond that, like just the internet being down. Like if I want to play Death Stranding, I can play it with no internet. Doesn't really matter.
Do you like that game?
I actually do. I haven't. So here's the thing.
I've never played it, so but I've like seen it. I'm like, I don't get it. But
so it's.
I mean, is it as good as Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shootin' 2?
I'm trying to think. I guess I probably like Rootin' Tootin' Shootin' Cowboy 2 better, just because like obviously there's Rootin' Tootin' and shooting.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you can just do that, and I feel like it. I don't know. It's hard because it's been a minute since I played Death Stranding, and it's hard for me in general to finish basically any game like that. Like if it's not like a Last of Us, where like, or an Uncharted, where you're just put there and you kind of do basically repetitive stuff, but like you go through and it tells a story, and then like you get through it in a certain amount of time. You're cool. Like Death Stranding tells a story and Red Dead tells a story, but like there are times where like I'm just like I'd rather pick up Animal Crossing and play for like 10 minutes. Yeah, there's games
like that.
Get involved. And so like I keep meaning to go back and play Death Stranding, and I think I probably would. That's one of the reasons why I like Stadia, because I think I have been more inclined to play stuff on Stadia because of the places it's available.
Yeah, true.
And like the simplicity involved in like firing it up and then like bailing out and everything. So true. I dig it, but it's definitely like they said they were going to have a bunch of features, and they still haven't like achieved. I don't even know what percentage of it, but like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, that happens with a lot of things nowadays, though. Stadia is definitely not unique in that sense.
Yeah, they basically had the beta, which I participated in, and then when you were allowed to buy the Founders Edition, which I did, like that was beta version 2.
Yeah,
essentially, and then like they just came out with the free tier, I think like last month. So now you can go on there and just be like, cool, bring your Xbox controller and buy your game and have it be available.
Yeah,
wherever you can play with that controller. But
yeah, and then the only other thing is just kind of the lack of games that are on Stadia.
The library is not hot right now. They are bringing like 5, I think, big EA games. I think they're bringing FIFA and Madden. They're bringing Jedi Fallen Order, which I think I might.
It's a good game if you haven't played it.
Yeah, I haven't played it, and I like the idea of the versatility of the platform. So like, if I'm going to buy the game, it sometimes sucks though, because if they don't have like a deal on it, sometimes Stadia games are more expensive than they would be other places, because other places would have deals. But then again, like if you pay for Stadia Pro, just like PlayStation Plus, like you get discounts and stuff. Like I got like the Ultimate Edition of Red Dead for the price of like regular Red Dead.
Yeah, I would get like, if you're gonna get Jedi Fallen Order, I would get that on discount. Not because it's a bad game. It's not. I really like it, but there's not like a whole lot of replay value in it. It's just you do the story and that's it. Pretty much. There's no like multiplayer or anything. So
yeah.
But it's a good game, and I'm pretty excited for what they're going to do for Jedi Fallen Order 2.
Oh, did they already? They already got that in the works?
Yeah, they announced that, and so spoiler alert, you live.
Oh no!
I mean, unless you're really, really bad at the game.
Yeah, I guess you could just die and never actually finish.
Yeah, and then you're just cheating life. You're cheating death. Sorry. When you pick up the second game, the sequel. I never made it out alive in the first one, but I'm back. I can do this.
None of that matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to come out in like 2022 or something like that. Probably September.
Likely September.
Most likely. But yeah. It's just strange times right now.
It is.
It's hard for me to. Well, actually, a game just got released. The remaster, Halo 2 remaster, just got released this week.
Did you buy the Master Chief Collection?
I did.
So
on Steam.
So you get that, and then like you just get everything as it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's only like $40, right?
Yeah. So you don't even have to do the Master Chief Collection. You could just buy every single game separately, but it would be like $10 per game.
Yeah.
Or you could pay $40 for the collection and you get all the games in it just as they come out. So right now there's Reach is out, Halo 1, and then Halo 1 remastered, and then Halo 2 remastered just came out. So
yeah, I've been seeing that. I've mentioned it before. I think I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty nice.
This old laptop's capable.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of it for games, I think. Well, I mean, there's a golf game I play, and there's news on that. The next version of that's coming in August, actually, but...
Ooh, early. Jumping the gun.
A little early.
I think they are. September.
Yeah. How dare they? How dare they? Gosh darn golfers ignoring quarantine, getting out there early.
I will say, though, like, with golf courses being open, I don't know for how long. It's been like a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
Like, I have never, I don't think in my life, wanted to play golf more. Like, I've only been golfing once, and all I did was drive the cart and make a couple attempts.
Yeah, and that's the difficulty now with the restrictions is like, well, I mean, they may have been lifted now with the stay-at-home order gone, but when it first opened up, when golfing first opened, you could only have one person in a cart. Although a lot of places didn't even offer carts.
Yeah.
So I was like, the first couple times I went, actually every time I've gone, I've just walked the course or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with walking. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I have a push cart and everything that I use, but,
Nice.
But yeah, if I'm going out golfing with like friends, like it's nice having carts because it's easier to do shenanigans and drink beer and everything.
Oh yeah.
But like when I'm just kind of been going out nowadays, or if I'm playing kind of like just by myself, then I'm completely fine walking or whatever. And actually, it's enjoyable actually to do that. I probably play better doing that. Well, no, probably not. It depends on the day. So I don't think that's really a factor that affects my play. Definitely depends on the day.
I will say for this whole time, like I've enjoyed walks in the past, but like during this time, for some reason, I've just been like, you know what? Let's just walk everywhere. If we take the dog, when we were taking the dog for the walk, our foster dog for a walk, we're like, let's just go. Let's have like a 3-4 mile walk. Let's just go wherever and see where it takes us, and eventually decide that we're going to loop back.
Think we should turn around? I don't know where we are.
I don't know. I have no idea. Hope we see a street sign sometime soon.
You remember which way we were coming from?
Because when every single part, like, I don't know, there's always those, there's the nice, like, angled streets, because everything's not on the grid. There's the nice angled streets, and you got your parkways and all that fun stuff. And, like, I normally do a fairly decent job of like, keeping my orientation.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, I have no idea where we are, what we're doing. Let's just keep walking this direction until we find like a numbered street, and then I can get it. I'll get it.
Right. Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Get back to some grid signs. I got it. Yeah, my exercise has basically been golfing. I haven't really done a whole lot of walks. I don't have a dog, so like it's tough for me to just like go out on a walk.
Just go meander.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like I just.
That's where. Yeah, that's where like I think the like before we had a dog, like Catherine would like to go on walks, and like I would enjoy a walk too. But I don't know, something about walking the dog that makes a walk just more enjoyable.
Oh, for sure. So much more. But
we did luck out very much with our foster dog. Like he was a very good walker.
Very good doggo.
Yep, very very good young man who found a good.
Who now is gangsta.
Yep.
Gangsta doggo. So, all right. I think that's enough talking.
It's enough content for the people.
For the people. And if you don't think so, let us know on our social media.
Yeah.
Follow us and rant at us.
Don't forget to hit that follow button.
Yeah. Like.
And then subscribe and tell us what you think.
Yeah. Do that thing. Or not. Whatever. It's your life.
I like your Australia jersey, by the way.
I just got that. There it is. Got it.
Nice. Yeah. Nice, Tom.
Thanks. Yeah, I got that. Came all the way from. It's not going to work for you. Oh, maybe. You need a little bit more horizontal there. Yeah, you almost have to like that. You're going the wrong way.
Oh.
Wait. Okay.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Nobody cares. Yeah, Australia jersey. That came all the way from Australia, believe it or not.
Wow.
I know.
Such shipping.
I know, nuts.
Intercontinental.
It's pretty cool. I like it. It's a neat jersey.
I'm glad for you.
Thanks. All right, bye.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Binary Brothers Podcast. We can't wait for you to tune in next time. But until then, make sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and BinaryBrothersPodcast.com.